Important message. If you're living in the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, or Australia, and you're struggling with fatigue, poor digestion, weight gain, high blood pressure, or even mental fog, what you eat matters more than almost anything else. The right fruits can change everything. The words top 10 fruits may sound simple, but the effects on your body can be life-changing. And your future health may depend on whether or not you're actually eating these every single week. The first fruit that absolutely cannot be left out is the blueberry. In the United States, blueberries have been called a superfruit by both nutritionists and major healthcare systems, including the Mayo Clinic and Cleveland Clinic. But that word doesn't even begin to explain how powerful they are. Blueberries are packed with anthocyanins, which are plant compounds known to cross the blood-brain barrier and reduce brain inflammation. This matters enormously for anyone in the United Kingdom, Canada, or Australia suffering from memory decline, brain fog, or even early Alzheimer's symptoms. One of the most emotionally devastating stories I've seen was a 56-year-old man in Oregon who couldn't remember the name of his daughter. He was eating processed junk food daily with zero fruit in his diet. He switched to a Mediterranean-style diet and made blueberries a daily staple, and his memory over the next 10 months began to slowly return. Blueberries don't just improve brain health. They dramatically help lower high blood pressure, especially in people with metabolic syndrome, which is extremely common across the U.S. They're also known for reducing the risk of heart disease by improving LDL cholesterol and boosting nitric oxide, which improves blood vessel function. And if you've ever dealt with stubborn belly fat, blueberries help regulate genes tied to fat storage and insulin resistance. This fruit alone can be a game changer in someone's journey to reclaiming their health. Next is the avocado. Yes, it's technically a fruit, and it's one that people in the United States love to put on toast, especially in California health communities. But most people don't fully grasp how critical avocados are for maintaining the healthiest health possible. They are one of the richest sources of heart-healthy monounsaturated fats, specifically oleic acid, which lowers inflammation and reduces the risk of coronary artery disease. In Canada and the United Kingdom, where heart-related conditions continue to rise, particularly among people over 50, increasing avocado intake could save thousands of lives. Avocados are also rich in potassium, more than bananas, which helps regulate blood pressure by balancing out sodium. This is critical for Americans whose diets are overloaded with sodium from processed and fast foods. They also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, compounds essential for eye health, and even play a protective role in age-related macular degeneration. What most people don't know is that avocados increase nutrient absorption from other foods. If you eat salad without fat, you're missing most of the fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. One avocado a day can also balance blood sugar, improve insulin sensitivity, and increase feelings of fullness, making it easier to manage weight without starvation or extreme diets. The third fruit that needs to be in your fridge year-round is the kiwi. It's often overlooked, especially in the United States where it's not a typical supermarket staple like apples or oranges. But kiwi is a nutritional powerhouse. It's one of the most effective fruits for digestion because of a specific enzyme called actinidin, which breaks down proteins much like the digestive enzymes in your own stomach. If you live in the United Kingdom or Australia and suffer from bloating, indigestion, or sluggish bowels, kiwi can literally be like a natural digestive medicine without the side effects. Kiwi is also loaded with vitamin C, more than an orange, and it dramatically strengthens the immune system. In people with chronic sinus infections or recurring colds, kiwi helps reduce both frequency and severity. There's also fascinating research from New Zealand showing that kiwi improves sleep onset and sleep duration, possibly due to its serotonin content. One woman in her early 40s from Texas had been dealing with chronic insomnia, and over-the-counter pills made her groggy and depressed. When she added 2 kiwis before bed as part of a sleep hygiene protocol, her sleep patterns started to improve in less than 3 weeks. The fiber in kiwi also helps lower cholesterol and stabilize blood sugar, which is crucial in preventing type 2 diabetes, one of the most serious health epidemics in the United States today. Then we get to pomegranates, which are especially important for cardiovascular health. Across Canada and the United States, pomegranate juice is often sold in stores, but very few people realize just how potent this fruit is in its whole form. Pomegranates are rich in punicalagins, some of the most powerful antioxidants ever studied. These compounds directly reduce oxidative stress in the arteries, which is a major driver of atherosclerosis and blood clot formation. Studies show that drinking pomegranate juice daily for just 2 weeks can reduce blood pressure and improve blood flow in the coronary arteries, which is vital for preventing both heart attacks and strokes. In Australia, researchers have explored its effects on prostate cancer, showing that pomegranate slows PSA doubling time and may suppress cancer cell proliferation. The fruit also contains natural compounds that reduce inflammation in the joints, making it beneficial for arthritis, especially in elderly populations. The seeds themselves contain dietary fiber, which feeds healthy gut bacteria. This matters because the gut is directly tied to mental health, immune function, and even chronic fatigue. Another fruit with extraordinary health power is the apple, but only if it's organic and eaten with the skin. In the United States, apples are one of the most consumed fruits, but they also top the list for pesticide residue when conventionally grown. That's a critical detail because pesticides disrupt the endocrine system and are linked to everything from infertility to cancer. When eaten organically and whole, apples provide high levels of quercetin, a flavonoid that reduces inflammation, improves lung function, and protects the brain from oxidative damage. People in the United Kingdom often say, "An apple a day keeps the doctor away." But modern science actually supports this saying. Apples are especially good for those struggling with blood sugar regulation. They contain both soluble and insoluble fiber, which slows the absorption of sugars and prevents blood sugar spikes. A woman in her late 30s from Chicago shared how switching from sugary snacks to a daily apple helped her lose 20 pounds in 6 months and reversed her prediabetes. Apples also help improve the gut microbiome by feeding beneficial bacteria that regulate immune responses and help prevent autoimmune flare-ups. The next must-have is the papaya. Especially if you're in the United States or Canada and dealing with chronic constipation or poor digestion, this fruit can make a profound difference. Papaya contains papain, a proteolytic enzyme that helps break down proteins and improve digestive function. It's also rich in folate, vitamin C, vitamin A, and beta-carotene, making it an ideal fruit for anyone recovering from illness or trying to strengthen their immune system. In Australian health circles, papaya is often recommended for skin health, especially because it supports collagen production and reduces oxidative stress that accelerates aging. People with ulcers or chronic gastritis also benefit from papaya, since it's soothing to the digestive lining and reduces inflammation. One man from Arizona had been relying on antacids for over a decade until his nutritionist recommended papaya daily. His acid reflux reduced dramatically, and he finally came off the medication. The anti-inflammatory effects of papaya are real, and if you're suffering from joint pain, skin problems, or autoimmune issues, you should not ignore this fruit. Another fruit that holds a powerful place among the healthiest options on Earth is the pineapple, which is more than just a tropical treat. In the United States, especially in southern regions like Florida and parts of California, pineapple is commonly used in smoothies and juices, but what most people overlook is its therapeutic value, especially when it comes to inflammation. Pineapple is the only dietary source of bromelain, a complex mixture of enzymes that has been clinically proven to reduce inflammation, improve digestion, and even speed up recovery after surgery or injury. This is critical for people dealing with chronic pain, arthritis, post-workout soreness, or sports injuries. In Canada and the United Kingdom, patients who undergo orthopedic surgery are sometimes advised by natural health practitioners to include bromelain-rich foods in their recovery diet to reduce swelling and bruising. Pineapple is also high in vitamin C and manganese, two nutrients essential for collagen synthesis and bone health. It boosts the immune system and helps your body fight infections more efficiently, which is a major benefit during cold and flu season. One mother from Michigan shared how her children used to catch every bug that went around their school until she added pineapple chunks to their lunch boxes 3 times a week. Over time, their immune strength visibly improved, and sick days dropped significantly. Beyond immunity, the fiber and water content of pineapple also support healthy digestion and regular bowel movements, helping to reduce constipation and bloating, especially in people who eat heavy or high-protein diets. Strawberries are another fruit that deserves intense focus. In the United States, strawberries are often eaten in processed form, dipped in sugar or added to cereals. But when eaten raw and organic, their health value skyrockets. Strawberries are incredibly rich in antioxidants like ellagic acid and vitamin C, which help neutralize free radicals and protect against DNA damage. This matters especially for people exposed to air pollution, radiation, or environmental toxins, which are now widespread in cities across the United States, the United Kingdom, and even parts of Australia. Strawberries are also powerful allies in heart health. Research from Harvard University shows that consuming strawberries at least 3 times a week can reduce the risk of heart attacks in women by improving blood vessel function and reducing oxidative LDL cholesterol. In men, they improve nitric oxide levels, which supports blood flow and may even help with erectile dysfunction, something that's rarely discussed but affects millions of men across North America. Strawberries also help stabilize blood sugar due to their fiber and polyphenol content, which slow the digestion of glucose. That means even people with insulin resistance or type 2 diabetes can enjoy them in moderation. One man in his 60s from New Jersey with type 2 diabetes began incorporating strawberries into his morning oatmeal instead of syrup or brown sugar, and saw a noticeable drop in post-meal glucose spikes. Strawberries can also help reduce skin, aging, improve gut health, and even support cognitive function thanks to their high flavonoid content. Then we have bananas, which are one of the most commonly consumed fruits in the world, but are often misunderstood in terms of health. In the United States, they're viewed as basic, maybe even boring. But bananas offer unique benefits, especially for the cardiovascular system, digestive health, and mental function. They are one of the richest sources of natural potassium, which is a key nutrient for maintaining healthy blood pressure. This is critical for people in the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia, where high blood pressure remains one of the leading causes of heart attacks and strokes. Bananas also contain vitamin B6, which supports the nervous system, helps reduce symptoms of depression, and aids in the production of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. Bananas can also serve as a natural energy booster. Because they contain glucose, fructose, and sucrose along with fiber, they provide a steady release of energy, making them ideal for athletes or anyone needing sustained energy without caffeine or sugar crashes. In Canada, some nutritionists recommend bananas before workouts for their electrolyte and carbohydrate content. One teenage girl in Minnesota who had struggled with fatigue and iron deficiency began combining bananas with peanut butter for a quick, nutrient-dense snack, and her energy levels began improving within weeks. They're also great for digestion due to their resistant starch, which feeds healthy gut bacteria and supports colon health. And green bananas in particular are being studied for their ability to reduce diarrhea and promote gut repair in gastrointestinal disorders. Next is the grapefruit, which should be approached with caution for people on certain medications, but offers enormous health benefits when included appropriately. In the United States, grapefruit has fallen out of popularity due to concerns over drug interactions, but it remains one of the most fat-burning fruits available. It's been heavily researched for its effects on weight loss, with studies showing that eating half a grapefruit before meals can lead to greater weight loss compared to people who don't eat it. Grapefruit is high in naringenin, a flavonoid that improves insulin sensitivity and helps burn fat more efficiently. In Australia, health professionals have used grapefruit as part of metabolic syndrome protocols to support weight management and improve lipid profiles. This fruit is also high in vitamin C, fiber, and water, making it perfect for hydration and detoxification. It helps the liver function more efficiently and improves bile production, which is key for digesting fats. A woman from Texas dealing with fatty liver disease reported a remarkable improvement in her liver enzyme levels after including grapefruit regularly in her breakfast. Grapefruit also supports the lymphatic system and has mild diuretic effects, which help reduce bloating and water retention, symptoms many Americans and Canadians struggle with due to poor diet and sedentary lifestyles. However, it's vital to talk to your healthcare provider if you take statins or blood pressure medications, as grapefruit can interact with certain enzymes in the liver and increase drug concentration. Lastly, in this portion is the mango, which is often seen as a tropical indulgence but is one of the most nutrient-dense and health-supportive fruits available. Mangoes are rich in vitamin A and beta-carotene, which are essential for immune function, skin regeneration, and vision. They're also a strong source of vitamin C, polyphenols, and digestive enzymes like amylases, which help break down carbohydrates and reduce bloating. In people with IBS or slow digestion, mangoes can help ease symptoms and support regularity. Across the United States and Canada, where constipation and irregular bowel movements are epidemic, especially in people who eat low-fiber, high-protein diets, mangoes offer both a natural laxative effect and a boost to gut bacteria diversity. In the United Kingdom, there are clinics that use mango as part of a rehydration and anti-inflammatory protocol for people recovering from viral infections or autoimmune flares. Mangoes also contain mangiferin, an antioxidant compound shown to lower blood sugar levels and protect against oxidative stress in organs like the liver, pancreas, and kidneys. A woman from Florida dealing with type 2 diabetes and chronic inflammation started incorporating half a mango into her breakfast along with chia seeds and saw a significant drop in fasting blood glucose over a 3-month period. Mangoes also support skin hydration and elasticity thanks to their combination of antioxidants and water content, making them a beauty food as well as a health booster. They help combat acne, dry skin, and premature aging, especially in dry or polluted urban environments.